think we got to move on to the next game, and that's Bills at Dolphins. And this was a crazy one. I projected the Bills to win 31-20, and most people had something like that happening, a two-score victory. But the Dolphins come out and win this one 30-13. They got rolled by Achan in this one in the second half, especially. They were in a position where they were making a comeback, but Achan shut the door with like a 35-yard rushing touchdown. It's just a really bad look for the Bills. Jalen Waddle had a nice game too, but this is a divisional loss for them. The Bills are falling to 6-3. The Patriots are now 8-2. The Dolphins are now 3-7 with some signs of life. This offense clearly is capable of having effective football. Be produced. Dan may have blanked out again, but yeah, I don't know what's up with this Bills team other than you could just say, well, it's the run defense. They had a weird loss versus the Atlanta Falcons where Bijan Robinson just absolutely tore them up. And now they've had a weird loss against the Miami Dolphins where Devon Achane goes out there and he has a phenomenal game. So for me, if you're looking at that going into the playoffs, you want to be a team that is supposed to be this true clock, control offense, but you don't have the defense that can also stop the run. It kind of goes out. It kind of throws out the window what the whole identity of your team is supposed to be. And this Bills team hasn't been able to execute at a reasonable level of a playoff team to stop the run, and that exposed them. Like I said in this game, in an offense with Tua, having him with whatever he threatens you with in the passing game with Waddle, letting him expose you with that, and then getting hit with the explosive running plays, just not good for the Bills. And then offensively, they had some really ugly turnovers in this game that led to their defeat. And it's just like, how are you supposed to be this Super Bowl team and then you drop a
Mm-hmm.
game like this? I know it's happened to like every team this year. Every team this year, even in the Super Bowl contenders here, have some ugly loss like this. But now we've seen two from this Bills team in the same fashion. Dan, what do you think is wrong with the Bills?
What I tell you, the spark. It's like they get on the hot streak, they're gonna do so good, and then they feel themselves too much, and then we get into the situation where the Bills do just make error after error. James Cook getting a fumble, Josh Allen. I have never seen Josh Allen run the ball on a sneak and then fumble, let alone to the Dolphins. So it's like, like they're a great team, they're all professionals. I understand that, but it's like in moments like that, like that happened against the Dolphins. In against the Chiefs game, this is a 4-5 scored game that the Bills get smacked on, and then we sit here talking about why the heck did we vote Josh Allen as MVP? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It's like where is this game? You know what I mean? Now we see it against the Dolphins and we look at it like what's wrong with him? But it's like so for me, I need like for everybody to really see that like the Bills get momentum, but it's gonna die out at some point. That's why it's like in moments like this, they took L. Now, this next game they play, I bet you watch, it's gonna be a close one. Then the
mm-hmm.
next one they play, until they play that next like top tier playoff type of team, you're not gonna see the mojo back. Once you see that mojo and they beat that kind of team, just know that next game they playing, they're going up 3-4 scores on them.
Their next 7 games is a real gauntlet. They got the Buccaneers, the Texans, who might have Stroud back, the Steelers, Bengals, that should be a win. Patriots, again, Browns, tough defense, but should be a win. Eagles, and then Jets, should be a win. So that's 3 games you should win. But then the other 5, with the way that they've been looking, and when you're talking about that spark of theirs, it seems to really be when they run into that bad matchup, it just resets anything they got snowballing, throughout the season. And I totally agree that it just takes the air out of this team. And whenever they're in a game situation like that, kind of like that divisional round game versus Joe Burrow's Bengals, when it was the
Mm-hmm.
snow, and then inexplicably the Bills just get destroyed. And it was on the ground with Joe Mixon that they lost that game. So yeah, I think the Bills. This is why I don't have a lot of faith in them to win a Super Bowl. Just